So today I'll be exploring the idea that 3D printing organs and tissues is on our way, and that it'll actually be coming in the future, and it even is present today. So what we have today is we have a problem on our hands with 154,324 people needing new organs, and that list is continually growing every day, and that's actually every year people keep getting added to this list, almost that number. Yet only 18% of these people are actually getting the organs they need, and they end up either waiting years or decades or not even getting the organ at all and result in death or a disease that could have been prevented. So we do have some kind of research in the works at the moment, and but typically it's just done on animals and is very, very basic and hasn't really been branched to humans and been granted the safety of being mass produced. So the main front runner of this is Wake Forest. They have the School of Medicine with the Institute for Regenerative Medicine. So currently, they found a way that they can develop new ears, bones, muscles, organs, and kind of tissues as well. Mainly, it's skin because the process is a little bit easier, and they can use more skin grafts and more kind of framing for it that is more not as pliable, but they do have some issues with it that they can't get blood in, they can't get the nutrients they need. It's just very, very basic, and it's not to the stage that it needs to be in order to be given to people. So in the future, what they want to do is they want to be able to make the tissue be able to live and continue to help the body and get the nutrients it needs and the blood and all that in the body that it's actually working with and in, rather than right now it's they give they put it in the species and it dies off in a few days or few months or even minutes sometimes, and this results in just you have to just keep doing it and just a lot of problems. So how that they're actually doing this is they get a cell and they isolate it and they allow it for replication. So they allow the cell to replicate itself naturally in some sort of fluid, or they weren't really clear about how they allowed it to replicate. It was more of they put it in a fluid that they perfected that allowed for this mitosis replication to take place, and they'd allow it to expand until basically, if you stretched it all the way out, it would cover a football field. And then from this, they took all of that and dissolved it into a solvent and loaded it into a syringe. And then they amplify this with a lot of electricity and then made it into the desired shape of an ear, tissue, etc., whatever they need for that exact instance. So in the future, what they hope to do is they hope to make something not to the picture that you're seeing, but rather more of it actually looks like the material. It won't ever have any issues with the chemicals or any of it dissolving, and blood and nutrients and bone marrow or anything can actually flow through and it can act just like as if we grew it ourselves, because essentially we did from the cells they'd be taken from your own body to make it. However, there are a lot of issues that come with this naturally. The fact of the classic question of if it gets to too much that now we're playing God, and the whole ethical and morality issues of, well, if we just keep doing this, then when is one really okay with the idea of mortality, and what will happen when the technology kind of runs out and it phases us out and we're living off of just new generations and technology rather than what we were born with and who we are as humans. However, there are a lot of pros with this that we don't need organ donors anymore, and people that need a new heart or need new lungs or new kidneys or whatever they need, they can just go down to their local hospital and they can get it done that same day, and they don't have to worry about diseases or anything else. So that's a really big positive. And plus, it eliminates a lot of the cost and makes it just a lot safer too. So in conclusion, 3D printing organs is something that we're right on the brink of expanding it to humans, and all they really have to do is just allow for more testing and more processing and more funding and research to take place. So thank you.